My name is Taylor Seaward. I'm a 21-year-old product designer. This year I've undertaken several projects. I've done a live competition brief with W2W, an insulin pen for visually impaired diabetics, 24-hour project with PDR, and micro homes for first-time buyers. The significance about these projects is they cover all different sectors of design, from user-centered, medical to small space. W2W was a competition brief to design a collaborative workspace. In our group, we took this and created our own refined brief, which is to design a collaborative workspace to be used in the circular economy and improve the natural human interactions in a workspace and social environment. To get inspiration from what we were about to design, I went to local community libraries to see the workspace, found out any potential issues, and find solutions that we can incorporate in our design. From our findings, we used an online poll to get further insight into users' needs and wants. This is helpful for the ideation stage as we can accommodate these into our designs. When ideating, it's easier to make quick sketches on post-it notes. To get as many ideas down as possible, this allows us as a group to create a mass amount of designs in little time. This also ensures that we can have longer in the later stages. We chose to create a circular design as seen in the image on the left. This is an aerial view and shows how the users can collaborate with one another. To make our design work, we developed swivel features to allow seating to turn around and interlock with one another. The image on the right shows how we done this. Towards the latter of the project, further testing and research was conducted, where we found out that there should be more options for the seating so that you can work independently. Our final outcome was a professional and modern seating solution. The design looks minimal, using fabrics and colours which are up and coming. The outcome shows that we purely thought about the users and the simplicity of use. The minimal materials allows the design to be cheap to purchase and affordable for all environments. The design is also suitable for disassembly and circular economy, as it is easy to take apart when replacing and repurposing. The 24-hour project that I did this year was with PDR. The project allowed me to explore an avenue of design which I've not yet gone down. The medical design industry is one of the largest, and it was a great experience to get involved with. Out of the two briefs we got given, my group decided to go for the wrist support for brachial plexus sufferers. As this was a 24-hour project, we had to conduct key research into the condition to unlock the necessary findings, starting with what it is, which is a network of nerves. When researching, we wanted to find out exactly what users need. This is important to ensure that our design caters for the condition. The symptoms are lack of strength and movement and droopiness. We thought it was essential that we tackle all three of these symptoms. To start ideating, we drew hands, just beginning with shapes to represent structure. We want to have a support which can keep the hand in a relaxed position. We took our ideation further, developing them and taking into account the fitment. We took into consideration pulse points. We kept the wrist open so that it prevents the skin from sweating and decreases the risk of skin conditions. The materials were key for the design. We needed to have something which was durable and lightweight for the user, whilst making sure that it could be taken off and reformed when starting to warp. We decided to go for a polymer which could be moulded by hot water like gum shields. We used a biopolymer as they met our property criteria and are eco-friendly. Our final outcome was a sleeve that wrapped around the knuckles and the palm of the hand, keeping the fingers relaxed and stopping the hand from curling up. The sleeve hooks around the pinky and provides rigidity and tension. This then loops over the thumb and avoids contact with the wrist, leaving it open to breathe. The design features an Apple Watch-like strap, making it easy to put on with one hand and hook onto your pockets using a hook. This is my major project about micro-living. This is my final design, which is a spacious split-level home with a mezzanine level with all the latest modcoms. My brief is to find a solution to the current housing crisis in the UK, focusing on first-time buyers. This is my final design and I'm going to show you how I got here. I started this project by looking into statistics. These help give reasoning to the brief and ensure there is a need for the new design. The key findings from the stats are that 40% of young adults can't afford to buy their first home. This becomes seemingly more difficult in the years to come, as the current housing prices are due to keep rising. The current housing crisis in the UK is that there is not enough affordable housing available, and it was found that in order to meet the current crisis needs, there would have to be 340,000 homes built. This is double what's being built at the moment. For my ideation, I looked into what was already available on the market. This market is niche and very small. There are several companies manufacturing microhomes, but are mainly American, European, or Asian. I took inspiration from these using similar shapes and styles to create my range of ideas. I took these ideas and narrowed them down. I did this by looking at popularity of current homes and what people are currently buying. I used an online poll which helped me clarify what I wanted to aim towards. My development started to focus on size, internals, and layouts. As the current housing crisis is a big issue, I implemented a scheme which can be set in place for microhomes that I've designed. The scheme is to ensure that all young adults will be able to afford the homes and begin the venture on the property ladder. The scheme also mentions an idea about resale and how they could gain the full value of the house back towards a future home. These enable the microhomes to stay in constant use as they can be resold once revamped. Here seen is a full list of features for the microhome, giving detail to the internal and external finishes and materials, the standard fittings and optional extras available, and the mechanical, electrical and plumbing facilities built in. The floor plan shows the internal space with the exact measurements. This process was a key part of the design to make sure that it was a microhome. The square foot of the building had to be under 400 square foot. One thing that I've learned whilst doing this project is to be able to design within strict regulations and rules. This is something as a product designer you can easily forget about during the stages of design, and is something that I'm able to carry across all future projects. The cost of this project was one of the biggest factors. It had to be under a certain price range for it to be affordable for first-time buyers. With the current down payment for a house being between 5 and 10%, it is vital that the down payment is achievable for everyone. When researching, I compared the salary prices and the duration of how long it takes to save for a home, and then compared it against the microhome using all different job titles and wage brackets. This helped me make sure that the design is achievable for everyone. My final outcome is an open downstairs living area with living, cooking and washing, with a split mezzanine level where the sleeping quarters located. There are multiple windows and skylights. Here you can see a split view of the downstairs and the upstairs area. You can see the bathroom and the kitchen, and then the bedroom facilities. The image on the right shows the upstairs from an aerial view and the downstairs when you're looking over from upstairs. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to view more of her work, you can see it available at the link. To maximise the amount of natural light coming in, which reduces energy consumption. To further save in energy consumption, the exterior uses a black clad which helps absorb the sun and retain the heat.